Hey guys, this is Rurouni K95 here, and once again, it's time for an anime review. Today we're going to be doing an anime review on Please Tell Me Galko-chan. Based on the popular manga of the same name by Kenya Suzuki, Please Tell Me Galko-chan is a 2016 slice-of-life anime, which is a sex comedy anime. That's how it only lasted about 12 episodes. The series follows the everyday lives of these three high school girls, which are Galko, Otoku, and Ojo. Galko is a slightly foul-mouthed guru, but is good-natured. Otoko is a girl who sits in the corner of the classroom bookworm, but she's good friends with Galko. And Ojo is a airheaded girl who is rich, very super rich. In these classes, during these breaks, these types of girls always like to engage conversations about certain topics, particularly to these bodily functions. The first glance of how this anime goes, then your every average slice of life anime with some shamelessly fan service, which is almost mature look at these types of conversation with these girls, high school girls have with each other. And the positive first, how enjoyable is this anime? The characters are, but the side characters we know how strong these types of personalities of what you expect, how they interact with each other. Well, easily, three of them are basically like close friends. The side characters, being the rest of the students in the class, are enjoyable, as well as each episode goes, and the more familiar with every members that are each in the classroom. Even those pervy boys wanted to listen to those female leads in the conversations, they're not creepy like any certain pervy boys in slice of life anime, like there's too many to name out there. But instead, they rather to be more just curious to see what's going on in the whole certain situation of how this anime goes. I really liked how there's good things of how this anime goes for typical slice of life comedy anime like Please Tell Me Galko-chan, how it goes, of how it's intended. And accordingly of how this anime goes, they were about these certain types of topics that were mentioned in. They were never mentioned in any types of certain anime slice of life shows. It was just for being about young girls sitting around talking random shit about. But this anime is more different of how it's very sexually and raunchy, of how they talk about how in the anime never holds on these as it was to the original manga, which is very more different. And almost not in a good way, but how they get back with these types of certain conversation, and it's always mature about half of the things of how they talk about in the anime, of how these, like, for example, there's outdated rumors about the female body, like how massaging a girl's breasts make them bigger, or these hymen breaking as a sign of a girl losing virginity, in these topics dealing with what you find in the anime like Please Tell Me Galko-chan, which is almost in an awkward way. And according to the anime, of how you got a lot of things, what is going on. And I have still stand by of how I heard good things to this anime. Yeah, especially if you listen to the dialogue and the characterization and these types of moments that are like realistic and almost refreshingly, but that's just how it makes something better of how this anime goes. in the whole possibility of how the fan service centering around Galko because of the size of her breasts. which is almost awkward in its own way for this. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some fan service going on in this anime. And it always happens to when the boys Googling all over Galko, like there was the entire scene of the girls' pool in the locker room changing, but at the same time, they were talking about shaving armpit and pubic hair, which is almost awkward of how you would expect going on in an anime. And finally, there's some good things on there, and Please Tell Me Galko-chan, like those characters that break away from these types of stereotype in the major weights, like examples including the characters of, like, how the character who is one of them, who is the quiet bookworm, always can be jealous quite easily, but always starting up with these types of suggestive topics as how you would expect going on in Please Tell Me Galko-chan, of how, accordingly, of how you would know for this particular anime, like, of how, and there are examples of this breaking away of stereotype throughout almost most of the characters in the class. There's examples being the stereotypes of these characters, like Galko and Niku. Like, what's the other character's name? Nikoku. Yeah, because of their fashion and the heavy makeup, sometimes, like, tan skin Galko is basically just some dumb Goru, someone who fools around with men and never cared about herself, in the certain opposite way in most of this kindness. But she can be almost a caring person of how you would expect seeing, of how she can help people around her friends and strangers alike. She can be very shy and sensitive when it comes to something going on. And this anime always want to have the opportunity of how there are some different types of misconceptions of how this goes on for this particular anime. Yeah, there's my favorite examples of how, when Galko, Galko always goes to school late, but she ends up sleeping through the first period in school, which she assumes that she finds out there was a late night partying, like how this thing goes in this one. When she wakes up and becomes very engaged in class leading, how it isn't a morning person. There's some stereotypes of the characters. Like, someone like Galko makes her very strong female protagonist. There's other characters compared to the character Nikuku. Nikuko is a large girl with huge breasts that are even bigger than Galko's, which is almost awkward in a good way. But then every other character, the one with the glasses, who's her nickname goes by the name Sonic Meat, because she can be athletic in a whole energetic way. She can play soccer, and she is popular around the boys. Good job for that character as well. Yeah. And I still stand by this today, for that every character you would know in Please Tell Me Galko-chan. The reason why, how I love this anime. I've heard good things about it. Yeah. Good for, hopefully Funimation would have acquired an English dub. Well, and whole things of how creative work that'll stand the test of time. How Nikuko is very athletic. She can run and kick a soccer ball. Of how athletic and energetic how it comes. It'll take the cake as well. She's very popular with the boys. And makes the other girls feel jealous. Yeah, and I consider this character to be my favorite character from Please Tell Me Galko-chan. In any other anime, if there's not even negatives I would not have, but there's some nipped and acts. Example, like the animation and the music is okay, but I like the animation, how I appreciate, because this anime is basically short in the series of how episodes runs about 7.5 minutes long, almost about 8 or 9 minutes of this anime. But that all makes sense for a 12 episodic anime series. But there's not all explicit talks in the small doses of fan service going on in this anime. Don't get me wrong, because I always wanted to learn of how there's the good ways, because I'd rather go into the positive instead of the negative. Yeah, because this capsulates only 12 episodes of almost 8 minutes of this anime, because it's a very short series, and it's nothing long or anything like that. Yeah, it's surprisingly a mature anime, which featuring some sharp jokes about some certain topics that you wouldn't find it in any other certain anime, but it's very fun and enjoyable characters. Always got some complexity, breaks different stereotypes. Not only that, it's basically like a rare sex comedy, which is not exactly a breaking the fourth wall type of certain way as how it goes for some female audiences. And that, I stand by it today. This anime, basically, I should suggest that I recommend anyone to watch this. If you have not seen it, give it a watch. It's a fun anime series. There's only about 12 episodes, and there's a 7.5, because it's basically 7.5 minutes long, and there's also a 28-minute OVA episode of Please Tell Me Galko-chan, which is very different than the series. If you want to get through with the anime in a solid, if you want to check this out, what I exactly stand by, how I want to have lots of fun for this. So I'm going to give my score for this anime, like Please Tell Me Galko-chan, a 9. Just a 9 in a personal score as well. So that's going to be it for my anime review on Please Tell Me Galko-chan for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's something to say for this one. I mean, if Please Tell Me Galko-chan would have gotten an official Blu-ray release, let's leave it up to Sentai Filmworks or Made in Japan, which is part of Nozomi Entertainment, which is, well, yeah, okay, either that or Funimation or Discotheque Media would get a hold of, or Sentai Filmworks would get a hold of Please Tell Me Galko-chan. I mean, can you imagine Sentai Filmworks would get a Blu-ray release of Please Tell Me Galko-chan? That'll be awesome, because and at least it'll have some English subtitles in it as well. Hope to subscribe for content. My Anime Planet link in the description down below. Share this video on your Twitter, Facebook. If you have Twitter, Facebook account, and all social media, smack the like button if you enjoy this video. Feel free to leave in the comments section below about what do you think of the anime Please Tell Me Galko-chan in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're a newcomer to my channel. Smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified as well. And that's all I got here for this one. And keep it otaku for this anime review, because it's been a while since I have taken a break from doing anime reviews. This is RuRoniK95 saying thank you for watching my anime review, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. And also, stay tuned for my next anime review on Nobody's Boy Remy.